everybody. How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing amazing. We are back with another bolt bonfire. No, it's not a bolt bonfire. We are back with another Breshna breakdown, which is our second favorite part of the week, only second to our bolt bonfires, which, by the way, if you don't know, our bolt bonfires are on Twitter every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, exactly the same time as now. And we just really get involved when we talk to each other, and it's a very cool community thing. Yesterday we actually announced a bunch of winners from one of our contests, which was really fun. So yes, come join us on Twitter. Our handle is Breshna Game, and you can actually find it in the description. So if you don't know, I am Lindsay. I'm Chief of Staff here at Breshna.io, and we are a no-code game-making platform that enables anybody, a non-tech, non-gamer audience, to create video games with no code at no cost and at lightning speed. Super easy, it's really fun. You can come in and you can just choose any one of our game templates that you can see right here, and it's super, super easy. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure you're signed in right here, because if you're not signed in and you do a bunch of work on a game, it can be a little bit complicated to actually save that, right? So you want to make sure that you are definitely signed in before you start playing with any sort of games. Today, I am actually we're going to do a 3-part series, and we're going to show you how to kind of teach people how to make games to teach foreign languages, right? So today we're actually going to be using Spanish. We're going to be teaching how to speak Spanish, this whole thing, and we're going to do several different, let me just move this, sorry. We're going to be doing several different templates today. So we're going to be using our cross boss. We are going to be using, where is she? Our learn with letters right here. And we're going to be using our goal troll, which is right here, right? So gonna start off with coming in. Again, come scroll down. We're on the main page, the main Breshna page. You can scroll down and you will see make a game now. This is where you will make your games. If you continue to scroll, sometimes people scroll past all of these, and you can play games made on Breshna down here at the bottom, but if we want to make a game, you gotta make sure you stay at this top part, right? So I'm just gonna actually head straight in to Crossboss, and we're going to do a couple of different words. And actually, let me just go back and show that really quick. If you've never seen this before, sometimes it can get a little bit complicated, but you want to come down, you've got 3 different buttons. This little exclamation point tells you a little bit more about the game. This little preview button allows you to actually play the game so that you can kind of understand the game mechanics before you get into it. And then finally, the create button obviously brings you into our editor, and you can create. So I'm going to hit create right here, and it pops us up into our editor. Now you can see immediately we kind of have 2 menus on either side, 2 panels, and on the left side is our video, audio, visual audio kind of menu. So you've got your avatar, your background, and your music, which your avatar is right here. It hangs out. You've got your background that is a little bit hidden on this particular template, just because we do have quite a few panels on the template itself. And then you've got your music that you can choose and play. And then over here on the right side, it's kind of our verbal side. So this is where I'm going to actually put the description, I'm going to make a title, and if I come over here into levels, I will be able to put my words in, and the hints, and all that good stuff. So we're going to start over on the right side, or the left side. We're going to start over it by choosing our avatars. Now, I have a lot of very cute avatars here, but you can choose to either choose any one of our bazillion different humans, or we've got a bunch of animals, which are really cute. Our animals are adorable, you guys. Animals, look how cute they are. They're so cute. I love them so much. So we've got a bunch of different animals. Wait, don't we have one with a sombrero? We've got a cowboy hat. I thought we had one with a sombrero. We're going to be teaching Spanish, so I'm grabbing him right now. Okay. So that's how you choose an avatar. You just choose it. You just click it. Boop. You can choose whatever you want, and then bring it back, and you can see he's changing. And actually, you can see too, over on this right side, it does actually change, and you can tell what has been applied to your game. Now, sometimes you can't see what they are on here because it's something that would start, sorry you guys, I'm not sure if you can hear the sirens, because it does actually start with some things are assets that you will only see in the game. So sometimes you can't quite see it, which is why you want to make sure that you can see it over here on the right panel, because that's how you know it has definitely been applied to your game. So coming back to our avatars, you can choose any one of the ones that we provide. You can choose Bolt Squad uploads, which are all different avatars that we have set up, we being you and me, right? So these are the people, our Bolt Squad is, and actually, wait, look right there. That's mine, where is it? That's mine, stuff like that. So you can actually upload your own avatars, and when you upload it, you have the choice to keep it private or public, and if you keep it public, it shows up here. Other people can use it in their games, and they, it's a very communal thing. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like, you would go ahead, let me click out of that really quick, and hit that upload avatar button right here. Click that, and it comes up with a bunch of instructions, make sure your image size is the right amount of pixels, make sure PNG JPEG and the max size is 5 megabytes. You click this add file here, it pops up with a thing that you can click your file, and then of course you would add your title and your tags. After tags, you either have to click tab or enter, either way, but you have to make sure that you click that and it'll turn pink. I'll show you what I mean. So if I was doing, let's say I was adding the sombrero guy, right? I might do, I think he's a worm, or maybe he's a caterpillar, I'm not sure, and I would click enter, and then it turns pink. Once it's pink, you know that it's actually been applied, and I can do things like Spanish worm, right? And so it's actually 2 words, and I just click enter, and then it'll pop in. And then this is those privacy settings. This is where you can choose if this is private or public, so other people can use it or not. And then of course you would click upload. So actually I'll give you a quick little example. You guys saw these 3 in the Bolt Squad uploads. These 2 right here are actually for a particular project, and I didn't want anybody to be able to use those. So if you look down here, it should be way down here because I made them after I made my little earth, but it's not there because I don't want people to be able to see it. I don't want people to be able to use it, right? Maybe in the future, but right now I don't want that, so I keep those private. Okay, so we have chosen our worm. He's adorable. And then we're going to go into our background, and we're going to do the same thing. And again, you can upload your own background. You can see under my backgrounds, your background, we've got all these different options. We were creating a hospital game, a bunch of health games, and then this one was kind of a tech game, so you can kind of see that the different backgrounds apply. We're going to go back, and we're going to try and find something, and then same idea. The Bolt Squad uploads are all things that you and I have uploaded, and it can be all these different really pretty backgrounds. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really nice, actually. I wonder if there's like a Mexican flag, or a Spanish flag, or something like that. I'm not seeing anything like that, so that's okay. Let's go see if we can find a really awesome, sort of Spanish feeling, background here. So we've got mountains, we've got this amazing, we've got a lot of landmarks. So this is in Pakistan, this might be in Riyadh, I'm not entirely sure. I actually just did something on this, so I'm annoyed with myself that I don't remember, but it's pretty funny. So we've got, water slides. This is the White House with a bunch of fireworks. Ooh, kind of like the canyon. Definitely has a home feel, which I'm from LA, by the way, so we've got lots and lots and lots of Spanish people, we've got lots and lots and lots of Mexican people, which is why I went to Mexico first, and yeah, so this is definitely the vibe that feels right. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to use. I think we're going to stick with that, and actually I think we're going to go up, because this one is my favorite background. I don't know what it is, but this one is absolutely my favorite. I think it's so pretty. Like the mountains and the desert, the contrast of the desert and the sun, or the sky, doesn't matter, but it's my favorite. Okay, sometimes I have a lot of favorites, but like that's my favorite. Okay, moving on. So again, you can see it's been applied. You can see it's been applied. Yay, I know it's in my game. Everything's changed. Everything's awesome. So, okay. So now we can go into our music, and we can choose music to apply to our game. So you can click this little purple triangle button so that you can get a sample of what this actually sounds like. I am not going to play that because I am on mute so that I don't get an echo, but that's what you can do. once you've played and you find one that you like, you can just click this little pink plus button and you can see it turns into a check mark. Once it's there, I know that has been applied to my game and I am good to go. Now, if I don't want music, I have to click this no music button, and you can see all of those kind of go dark, right? All of these are no longer clickable, no longer choosable. So if I click no music, I have no music in my game. However, if I don't click no music, and I don't click any of these, right, because there's no check mark anymore, it will actually play a default song on your game, which is usually, it's fine because it's a fun song, it's a great song, and it's meant to go with that particular game, but it does mean there will still be music. So if you don't want music, make sure you click no music, right? Okay. So I'm going to add terrain because I really like that one, and we're just going to leave it like that. Okay, coming over now to the right side. We're going to fill this in with a bunch of Spanish words, and the hint is going to be the English translation, right? So again, I've come here, I'm on level 1. If I wanted to add a level, we're not going to add a level today, but if I wanted to, I would just click this add level button, and you can see that it actually turns into level 2, and if I click this select level toggle now, I have 2 levels, versus before I would just have the 1. Going to delete a level, and then make sure you delete the right level, right? And we're going to delete level 2. Now, one of the things you want to note as well is if I do something, let's say there's something that I want to do for every single level and keep that consistent, like for example our avatar and our background. If I want to keep those consistent and I add a level, or I'm going to change that before I add the level. And the reason for that is you can see this actually duplicates the level before it. So if you want to add a level, I recommend putting anything and fixing anything that you want to be in each level first, and then you go and add a level because it'll automatically be in there. It's not the worst thing. I mean, if you don't do that, it's totally fine. It takes you, I don't know, a minute to fill it out, and then you can see there's only the one, right? But, make life easier for yourself. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. So now we are going to go through, and I've got 5 different Spanish words that are very basic, and we are going to work with those today, right? So we are going to do pronto, bien. It's funny, I'm actually learning French and Spanish at the same time. Much more into Spanish, but I have just focused on French over the past few weeks. So I'm no longer saying things correctly in the right accent. I'm going bien because that's the French accent. So I do apologize. I've got pronto, bien, ahora, hoy, and luna. And so that is later, fine, now, today, and good. And those are the things we're going to be working on. So first we've got pronto, and that means later. Then we've got bien, and that is fine or good. It means kind of both things. We've got ahora, which is now. Am I doing the capital? Yes. I really like to. It's something, it's one of those teeny tiny things that makes a big difference, but you're not quite sure why, is being consistent, like with capitalizing the first letter of each sentence, or if it was like later today or something, maybe I would do later today, or I would do later today and have it capitalized. Whatever works for you is fine, but be consistent throughout, because it's one of those things that it just makes it look a little bit more professional, a little bit more polished, but you couldn't really name why if you were the player, right? You'd be like, I don't know why, but this one feels better. That's one of the reasons. Consistency. We love consistency. So ahora is now, and we've got hoy, which is today, and then we have one more. Oh, I added a word without even talking about it. So add new word down here is how you add a word. And then one thing to kind of look at as well is if you don't want a word, you would just click this little X button. However, be aware, once you do that, you have to have 3 words minimum for this template to work. So those X's go away if I don't have a 4th word. So you have to just change it at that point. So if maybe there's a second of like, wait, how do I delete this now? You just change it once there's 3. And then you add a new word, and you could delete any one of those. So now let's put oi back, and we've got today, and then last one is Luna. Where are we? There we are. Luna, and that is moon. Oops. Moon. There we go. Okay, so super, super simple. Now, one of the things I'm going to check, because I'm just noticing that one of these does not work. You have to have overlapping letters on each one of these, right? So for this one, it's not a problem because we've got an N here and we've got an N here, right? So that'll work out. We've got, this one actually doesn't work either, so let's see if we can switch these up a little bit. You know what? Hang on, let's go over here. We're gonna say, so we've got bien, and then the other thing is if you've got only one letter that translates, right? And actually maybe we put oi or out or somewhere else, but we've got the N, we've got the N here, so that means I need to have a BI or E in the next one, right? So we've got, let's say instead of this, we'll go with beard, which means to live. So now, again, we've got this problem. We need something with V's, I's, or R's. Let's go with Libra. Oops, you need a B in there. Because now we've got our R's and our I's. That's always nice. Luna now works out because we've got our L in here. Works out fine. And then let me see. I kind of want to... Does Aura have... No. Okay, we're just going to leave it like that. Cool. So now, wait a minute. To live, libro, luna, bien pronto. Okay, and this will tell you, actually. So actually, let me put just like... I'll show you what it does. It says, no, you're not allowed to do that. And we'll fix it in just a second. So we're going to now go over to our game info. So here you can see you're selected onto your levels. That's how you adjust your levels. Over here in game info is how you're going to adjust all of the game information, and that includes the title. So let's say Spanish cross, and then we've got our our tags or keywords, right? So same idea, you got to click enter or tab, either way, you just got to make sure they turn pink. So I'm going to go Spanish, foreign language, let's see, why can I not think of anything? Translation, translate, you get the idea. So you want to make sure you put as many tags as you can, because this is how we're going to search for your game. And especially as our game library continues to get better and our search function continues to get better, you're going to want to make sure these have really good tags, because this is how people are going to find your game and play your game, right? Same idea, if you have an avatar that you have left public, you want to make sure you tag that up the wazoo, because you want to make sure that people can search it. So like this one, I'm almost positive I added her with doctor, and so she will pop up when I type in and search for doctor, right? Cool. Yay. So we've done our title, we've done our tags. Category is another one that's going to allow us to put you in the right category for our game library. So when you do this, you want to make sure you choose the right category for your game. Mine is going to be education right here, because we're teaching people how to learn Spanish, speak Spanish. Okay, and then our description here. Now the description is kind of neat, and it allows you to tell the player about your game. It describes your game, obviously. And then one neat thing about this is you can actually format and kind of break things up and format it a little bit better versus some of like the intros or something like that. It tends to stay as a paragraph. Now we don't have an intro in this game, so don't worry about it, but we will in our other games. So we are here. I'm going to say learn to speak Spanish. Or actually, you know what? Challenge your Spanish speaking skills to fill in the crossword and win the game. And then this is also a really good spot for you to put like your website, maybe your phone number, maybe your Instagram, something like that, especially if you're a tutor. So like interested in learning Spanish. Let's make sure we visit my translate website.com to learn more. Something like that, right? Now I am actually going to get rid of this because we don't have a translate website, but let's say I want it, actually we'll add this. If you want to make your own fun Spanish game, head to Breshna.io. Ta-da! Now that's a call to action. Somebody can come in and they go, I really love this game. How do I do one myself? Now they know. So we've gone through game title, all of the good things. This is not going to work because we've messed up our pronto. Difficulty level is what allows the player to kind of get a hint. So you can see these little green squares and these little pink squares or red squares. Those will actually tell you whether or not the letter is correct or incorrect. So obviously green for correct, red for incorrect, pink for incorrect, and it helps you out. If you click hard, that hint goes away. It's just a normal crossword and they got to figure it out on their own. And then finally, our right to left text feature, which is something we're really going to be playing with next week, is for you to use scripts that are right to left. Instead of like English or Spanish, which speak left to right, or read left to right, you can actually make games in any language. And so that means that you can do Arabic, Hebrew, Persian, Pashto, Urdu, any of those. You can totally do that fine. You just toggle this on. The one limitation when we're doing things like games on how to actually teach people foreign languages, and so like if I wanted to have an English speaker learning Arabic or the reverse, that gets a little bit complicated because once we toggle this on, it toggles everything. So your English words might be a little bit complicated, but don't worry. Next week we're going to go into a hack on how you can completely like bypass that, and you can there's like a loophole that you can take advantage of, right? So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we've done everything. This is going to get mad at us. Oh no, PPPPP and BN contains no common letters, right? So that's going to get mad. We're going to switch this back to pronto, and then we will go to publish, and it says, oh, okay, we are now okay. Game published successfully, and we've got these three options here. So one of the amazing things about Breshna Games is you can just copy the URL, and you can send that out to anyone. WhatsApp, text, put it in your Instagram stories. Anywhere that you can put a link, you can put your game. You can also embed this directly into your website. So you can literally take this, copy it, paste it into your HTML code, and that will actually embed into your website, because if I click play, like I'm going to click right now, it actually brings me into a new tab. And that means that I can kind of flip back and forth, which is awesome, but at the same time, it does take people away from your website, right? So if you want them to stay on your website, we have that option for you. Now, this is the about. Look at our amazing Spanish cross name, and about is right here. Challenge Spanish speaking skills to fill in the crossword and win the game. If you want to make your own fun Spanish game, head to Breshna.io. All right, going back, settings here, by the way, your player can actually turn off the music on their own if they want to. So if you have music and you didn't want it, or you want people to have the option, they do. They have the option to mute that. And of course, they could just turn down the volume on their computer as well, but I digress. And now we're going to play. So this is going to load up, and it's going to have in the middle, actually, we'll see this, in the middle here, go away, there it is. This is not the middle. On the left side, over here, you will have the actual grid, and then on the right side is how people will guess. You can also use your actual keyboard to do this. So we're here. So now to live, we know that's vivir. And you can see it turns green when it's right, but if I did this, it turns red, and it's not very happy, right? So this is later. We know this is pronto. 2. Today is, oh, see, this is why you have to play your games. I switched the words up, but I didn't switch the description or the hint. So we've got book, Luna was moon, revere to live, good. Oh, I just missed Libra. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. It is not going to affect the game as I am playing it right now. Like, it's not going to go, your game is messed up. It's going to let you play. When I refresh, you'll see that it has been changed. So we're going to go ahead. This is actually book. Libra. We've got moon. Oops, that's not how you spell Luna. And then we've got, that's not how you spell bien. Bien. There you go. Congratulations, we've won. Now, I'm going to refresh, and we'll show you how that automatically adjusts, which is really nice because you do not have to put out your link again, right? If you find out that you've made a mistake and you want to fix it, you just go and fix it, and then it automatically uploads to whatever link that you've already put out there, which is a really nice option, right? Having to realize that you've made a mistake and having to go back and redo and resend and whatever is like not something I love to do. Book. See? Now it has been refreshed. It has been adjusted. Now our Libro. Oh. No. Come back. We're getting some chaos here. And now that works, right? So we're going to go out. And that's our game. That is our cross boss game. Now we are at 11:30, so I'm going to do one more, but I think maybe we'll save Gold Troll for next time, or maybe we'll do another one, or maybe let's see if we can get through this really quick. Then maybe we'll add it at the end, but we'll see. So now we're going to do Learn with Letters. So I'm coming all the way down into here, and this is our Learn with Letters. This is very similar to Wordle. It is, if you know what that is, it is basically you have a 5-letter word, you will guess the 5-letter word, and it will let you know if the letters are in the word, but in the wrong spot, in the word, and in the right spot, or not in the word at all, and you use those hints to go ahead and guess. And we also have an actual hint for you, whereas Wordle, you're just dealing with those hints from here. We actually have a real hint as well, and that actually allows for kind of that purposeful communication aspect, right? This is something that we can use to show them the English translation so they can guess the non-English. You know what? I really think I want to do Gold Troll, so I do apologize. This is a very fun game. Love it so much. Very fun. But I think I want to do Gold Troll instead because this shows a way to do it with like pictures and icons, right? So we're going to switch it up. So we're coming over to create once again. Gold Troll is like a whack-a-mole type thing. So you have a question right here up at the top, and then little answers pop up over this bunny's head or whatever avatar I choose, and the player has to figure out which one to click. So now we're going to go through and we're going to adjust our avatars. These are ones that I have uploaded, and they are so cute. I love them so much. We're going to come down. Let's see. Is there something that is... Let's see if there's a little Spanish something in here. And those are mine. They're hanging out in the Bold Squad uploads. No, I don't see a ton of them. Okay, we're going to go back. I'm just going to go and click. I think I might stay with the bunny. I think we're staying with the bunny. Okay, so our background, let's see if we can find something a little bit more Spanish here. Won't work too long because we are on a little bit of a time crunch, so maybe we just go for a pretty scene. This is pretty. Oh, and it's a canyon. Beautiful. That works. I don't know that I love the color, though, for this. I want it to be a little bit brighter. Do we have... That's kind of cool. All right, we're going to go with this one for time's sake. Interface. These are the little basket things that your avatar pops up around. I'm going to leave it like this, but you can see we've got a whole bunch of different options here. If you've got a snowy version, that's cool, whatever. You can use any of these. And of course, we've got Bold Squad uploads as well, which would just hang out right here and replace. So you can upload your interface, you can upload your background, you can upload your avatar, you can upload your music, upload your own collectibles, all of that stuff. So actually you can see right here, I actually have quite a few things that are Spanish stuff. So actually it was Pointing to me, that's yo. Pointing to you, that's tu, or usted. Pointing to each other, that, sort of like that. So actually, it's really fun. So I'm going to actually end up using this one, but I'll do that in a second. So I'm actually going to skip the collectibles for just a minute. We're going to go back to music. And again, same idea. Click the play button to play it. Click the plus button to add it. Turns into a check. And then if you want to not upload, you would click no music. We're going to put that back on. Okay, switching over to that right-hand side, we are in the questions. Same idea. Whenever I want to add a new question, which is what we are going to do, I'm going to click Add Question. Now, we've got everything here. I am actually going to go ahead and click out of all of these things. So click, and I'm just doing that by clicking these little X's right here. And then I'm going to go up, and now I'm going to add my next questions, because when I add a question, there's not going to be anything there. So I don't have to delete it for every single level. Now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I can open this and we've got 5 different questions. This is not new levels. We have, there's some templates that have new levels, and then there are templates that have new questions. So it's technically one level. You have to maybe make multiple of these games in order to make it like a new level, but it just kind of pops through questions. So that's, yeah, our templates are all a little bit different. The question will appear for a specific amount of time, which you are going to choose, and the max limit for the custom text is 6 letters. So we're going to have to make sure that all of these are below 6 letters as far as the custom text, right? So, right, we're not even using custom text because we're doing icons, so it doesn't even matter. But if you wanted to, let's actually go through this really quick. If I wanted to make this Libro for our book, that is not how you spell Libro. I can do that. I can click Add Text, and then it pops in right here, and that is Libro, and that would be our correct answer, right? So we're going up. Am I on level? I'm going to go back to level 1 just because I want to progress through it like this. Okay, so I understand this, and it's going to go away now. So my question here is going to be to eat, and that is going to pop up right here. I am going to have the question time be 15 seconds. Now this is not the amount of time that the entire game is played in, right? Some of our templates, that's what you choose. This is just how long these little guys will pop up and down within the same question, right? So it gives it about, 3 or 4 pops to come up and down, and it gives it enough time, in my opinion, to be able to read the question and have them pop up once or twice and be able to kind of select. So I like to make it a little bit more difficult in 15 questions. You could make it a bazillion seconds. So they have all the time in the world to be able to choose their answer, and they won't necessarily get it wrong. If they don't choose anything within 15 seconds, they will get that wrong. So I'm going to make it a little bit challenging, like this, right? And so I am going to put this right here. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to eat. What am I doing? I want comido. No, comer. Comido, because that's food, not to eat. Okay, so my closing answer is comido means food. Super simple. If I wanted to go into it, like maybe I wanted to go into the background or the etymology of comido, or maybe you want to talk about traditional Spanish foods. It's kind of cool too. Anyway, so now we're going to add our assets. So this is going to pop us over. I'm going to click Add Asset, and you can see there's 1 right answer and 4 wrong ones. So I'm going to click Add Asset, and it pops us over here to our visual menu. So I'm going to hit View More over here. I'm going to see actually if there's something that has multiple, kind of maybe like a pile of food. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Let's see. We've got this, that could work. I'm actually going to use this one. Okay, so and what's neat about this is you don't have to go and click Add Asset every time. I actually thought that that's what we had to do. You can just click and it'll all pop in, whatever. Now I have to get rid of these because that is food, and I don't want them to have the food option. So I'm going to leave that. And actually, I'm just going to leave it like that because it'll tell you. Now we're going to add assets. We're going to add things that are not food, right? So be careful, do not add food. I'm going to add a tree, We're gonna add, maybe we'll add a flag or something. Maybe not a flag. Let's not do a flag because I don't want it to be a Spanish-speaking country. What assets do I have in here? We'll have a dog, a cat, sure. Maybe a gem. How many is that? That's good. Okay, that's all 4. None of those mean comido. Comido means food. So now I'm going to question 2. My question here is going to be libro. Same idea. We're going to 15. And we say 15. No, we don't say 15 means book. We say libro means book. Cool. And then again, I actually think it would be a really cool opportunity there. This closing answer pops up at the end of the entire game. So sometimes it's nice to keep this fair. Oh, means. I need an S there. Did I do that with this one too? Hang on. Means. Okay. Sometimes it's nicer on this particular template to be able to keep it a little bit more concise, just because all of them pop up at the same time, and you do want your player to kind of go through and read them. However, it could be very cool to incorporate like this is a traditional Spanish book, this is a traditional Spanish meal, this is a traditional whatever, and then you're getting like a little bit more cultural aspect to it instead of just the language, right? So now we're going to go through, we're going to add our asset. I'm actually going to go search. Let's see if our books have been... Book! Beautiful! We've got a book right there. And now we're going to go through a book and choose random things here. Let's go with basketball, sure. We'll go, where's our objects? Down here. We'll go with a star. Is that it? No, we need one more. And a honeycomb, sure. Beehive. Cool. Libro means book. Now we're going on. We're getting there. We want to do pero. One day I will get that. I've been practicing and it's not coming. I really want to do the double R. It's hard. No. Pero means dog. Right there. Add asset. I actually have that adorable dog that we just had in the previous one, so dog. We'll add, oh, oops, see, that's what I tried to do every single time. Add asset. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So we'll put a cat there too. We'll put a cherry, gem, and a square. Right, that's not enough. Yes, that is enough. Okay. Pero, we want gato. No. We want 50. And actually, this is one of those as well. I should have, I should have put 15 seconds on before I did all of those add question, because now I'm having to change it every time. Whereas before, or if I had done it beforehand, it would automatically be there, fill in. Gato means cat. Gato en polvo. Add asset, and we've got our cat. Let's put our dog in the wrong answer. And then maybe we grab some different food. Cheese, okay. Stationery, we'll put some glue in there. Why not? And we need one more. Yes, yes. Oh, excuse me. Let's put some drum. Cool. All right. That's all of our questions. I was going to do a couple more, but in the interest of time, we'll cut it off there. So I'm actually going to delete. Actually, you know what? I've already put this question here, so may as well, right? So we've got casa. And that would be, actually, I don't know if we have something that is a home. Let's maybe just do something a little bit easier, which is amigo. Amigo means male friend. Okay, and then I have the perfect thing right there. Look at them, they're so cute. And then we can go through again and choose a bunch of stuff. Back, we'll go into these objects. Where's the objects? There they are. A rose, very cool. A rock, sure. We need one more, and we'll do a lightning bolt because we love our lightning bolts here at Breshna. If you don't know, Breshna actually means lightning in the Pashto language. So, we're gonna call this like Spanish whack because you're whacking them all. Gems doesn't make sense for us, so we're gonna delete that out because we don't want it to be something that is tagged that like people are searching for gems, so then this is going to go into something that is gems. That doesn't make sense for our game, right? So we're not going to do that. I'm going to say Spanish. I'm going to say for language that's fine. Learning, education, translate stuff. Okay. This again is education. I am not going to collect player email. I don't know if I forgot to mention this or we don't have that in the last one, but collect player email, if you toggle that on, it will actually pop up a screen that sure, I'll just toggle it on. Pops up a screen that makes you enter your email and password, and then not email and password, email and name. And then you as the game maker can actually go in and see those emails, and so it's pretty cool on like how to get leads from this, right? Okay, and then the description is going to be translate the Spanish word into, actually it's really more select the correct icon for the Spanish word. Right? And then this is our game introduction. So we know how I was talking about, you can kind of format your description and kind of make it like, right, you can kind of separate things. Of course, I'm not going to do that because that doesn't make sense. But our game introduction, you cannot format. The big difference, or the big benefit of your game introduction is that your game introduction will be shown, right? The description that I showed you, was actually, we had to go in and look at that into the About section. This is going to pop up no matter what, your player has to see it. So if you want to put a call to action in here as well, that's totally cool. It does format as a paragraph, so there's no way for you to separate lines. Just be aware of that as you're making these games. And then of course right to left text, exactly like I mentioned before. You could switch it on, and anything script right to left, they make sense. So now I think we've got everything. We're going to publish. Yes, we've published successfully. And always play your games, you guys. Always, always, always play your games, because like I did before where I didn't change the book hint, there are so many little things that you might miss that you wouldn't necessarily think. So it's really important to double check your work. This is that email, right? So I can type in my email and it would usually have, what's my thing? Yeah. It would usually have a name thing as well, but you can see I've already typed in, so it's Jack. It knows that I'm Jack, and it comes in. About, again, this is your About section, this is the description, and then I'm going to go into play. Easy, level intro pops up. Always, always, always will pop up, and you can always provide that. Yeah, the player will always see it. Cool. So, as we come in, and actually one of the cool things about this, so we actually have all of our templates here. So if I go back to Breshna and you look at all of these different templates, all of these we have developed the actual game mechanic. And so the way that our platform works, oh dear, oh my goodness, I was not paying attention, right? So we hit Libro, now we're at Perro, we want our dog, amazing, and you can see right here, right, it pops up with 15 seconds every time. And there's our amigo, and let's see, gato, 15 seconds, there it is, boop, and I think we've got the one more, no, we've got two more. Comido is food, okay, and actually I'll hold off for a second, because you can see it, oh, never mind, that was the end. Comido means food. I'll do this again, but so this is what I was talking about. If you have a lot of text in your closing answers, it can be a little bit overwhelming for your player. So they would go through and they'd go, oh my god, this is so much text, I'm just going to hit next, right? But because this is really simple, Libro means book, Perro means dog, amigo means male friend, cat, food. It's very simple for your player to look through, and they can kind of take a second. And next. And that's it. Cool. So yes, we are not going to do Learn with Letters because we do not have time. This was an awesome, awesome, awesome Breshna breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. As a reminder, next week we are going to go into how you can make your right to left text or left to right text translation, right? So what I mean by that is, again, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about how you can use Arabic to teach English or English to teach Arabic, despite the fact that when you click right to left text and you toggle it on, it flips everything. So you can't always use English because it'll switch around, but there's lots of ways to get around it, and I'll show you those hacks. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Remember that we do have our Bolt Bonfire every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, the same time that this starts. Over on Twitter, we are Breshna Game, and you can find that in the link below. And it's so super fun, so much fun, and you guys get a lot of information on what we're doing here at Breshna there. So very, very cool. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for being game.